convention center. We evacuated the premises quickly.
All
right, the first thing I mentioned for safety aspect is to heat the mold. The second thing, the life of your mold, how long it lasts, is this big toothbrush. It's a soft brush. You do not want to use a hard brush. This mold is made of graphite. You take a hard wire brush, you're going to interrupt the integrity of this mold. You're going to modify it. You're going to put cuts and grooves. You want to use a soft brush to clean it. It doesn't take long, but you want to thoroughly clean it. And there was a lot of slag. That's aluminum. That's the aluminum that stayed behind whenever the reaction occurred. But you want to clean it. And someone said, do I have to reheat it to dry it? It's pretty dry right now. That is the version, that is what you've probably done in the past. Where's those pliers? Is the traditional Cadwell.
All right, for everybody, how many of these do we lose a year?
You probably never owned it.
We have these, and I typically find these laying by one of the legs of the tower when I'm doing the final check or whatever. Take your drill and drill a hole through here and hang it from your neck, orange blue. Just run a yellow cord on there, run an orange cord on there, run a fluorescent green cord on there, run something on here to give you a little bit of line of sight when it's laying on the ground and we're leaving the job site.
That is the traditional Cadwell. That has been around forever. Cadwell Plus came around. We've been working on this about 12 years. It's been inspected in the last 2 or 3. It's very, where's the Plus Cadwell? Give me one. All right, I'm gonna do everything setting the mold up just like I did. Same process, same mold, no different mold. Everything you see why I like this mold. That cable slid back when I was able to take it. I've done these before when I didn't pay attention to it, had local metal. I was already told. You can tell there the cable's connected. Where's the plus sheet? All right.
Really quickly, he's sliding a really nice smooth piece of copper. All right, you guys, don't do what he's doing, because if you're cutting a piece of number 2 tin, it's sharp, you shove it through there, it does the same thing. It reams that spot out. So
good point. And what you want to do is open it up, place it in there, then close it on. That's another reason I like the PT. If you've got a frayed edge on the copper, you can open it up and close it on there, like on the side. Damn safety. All right, so everybody remembers the steps I took before. I put the disc in, then I had to pour well metal in. I tapped it, I put starting material in there, starting material on the edge. I walked up with a flint igniter, was this close to it, and I ignited it. The Cadwell Plus version.
All right, everybody pay attention to this here, Brian.
The Cadwell Plus looks like the little carry cup. It's the same well metal, you get the same resistance, everything happens. It's just you don't have all the steps. You also have a 6-foot lead. You can get this in a 15-foot lead or a 20-foot lead, which is it connects to the control unit. Simple. The lead goes in, you drop it in. The bottom of this cup serves as this, does the same exact purpose that the disc does. It drops in. You put your safety glove back on. All right, there is a positive stop on here where if you're in a ditch and I'm up top, you've made the connection, you're still there, I accidentally hit that button, it does not go off. There is you have to compress the start button for a few seconds to get it to ignite. That is a safety feature that's built into it. Then you can see you're not standing on your head trying to do it. You press the button, and it lights.
Now, why did that one look messier than the old school?
Because it's more contained, whereas the other one is, when you put it down when it goes down to the crucible, it's more spread out. This is more contained for a quick.
Have you guys noticed with this process, because it does in fact ignite the outside of the body, that the mold itself lasts for fewer molds than the old?
It actually lasts longer. When you look, when you look at me doing the cleanup a bit ago, there was a whole lot more residue from the other one. This one here, there's less residue because it all is contained, because the cup stays in the mold.
Sure.
That is also another reason for the spray of the metal. A little bit of the spray of the metal is the cup is staying inside, and it doesn't, so it's just more resistance coming out. But like we were talking about earlier, the life of your mold is just a little brother, and there's a lot less residue with the Cadwell Plus. A lot less.
So just to verify that, every time you shoot that mold that way, you'll have that leftover cup?
Yeah, the cup will be in there, then you gotta take it out. The other one, if you somehow forget to take it out, when you start to put the other one in, it won't go. You'll have to take it out. So the cup will remain inside the mold.
Okay, so if we're CAD and the civil crew's out there and we're CAD and we're doing below ground, those cups can get buried, okay? But if we're CAD above ground, we don't want to come out there after the job's done and see a bunch of cups laying around. Everybody get that? Okay?
Also, too, that cup's probably hot. So
That cup is very hot.
don't
That's
kneel
why.
on it while you're undoing your mold.
Okay, gentlemen, in comparison from a cost standpoint to a traditional shot
Same exact price.
and a cup shot, same
Same
price?
price. You use the same mold, same price. The only difference is the control unit. The control unit works off 8 AA batteries, and you get for 8 batteries, you're gonna get about 1,000 shots. So it's not like you have to replace them every month.
Those molds will go backwards in using the new system and the old system. Will the old molds accept the new system, the CAD Plus?
If you've had them over 2 years, probably not. But if you've had them, recently if you bought them in the last year, 2 years.
So these are backwards compatible, but a lot of the old molds won't work moving forward.
Right, but they have to be pretty old. I mean, they're probably trying to be replaced anyway.
So look at the lid. You can really tell, just look at the lid. You can see the way it's set up, and you know right off the bat.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the lid right here, because you do have the baffle. When you look at your other molds, good point is that the lid is baffled.
And then I'm just gonna throw this out there because I know it's gonna happen. If you don't have a lid on your shot, on your mold, will that system work without the lid?
You won't have as good a mold.
Should we try one right now, leaving the lid open?
Yeah. No, I don't want to do it in here.
Our biggest
I do not know how much oil metal is going to go out.
No, it'll melt the unit too if that slide
Yeah.
comes out and hits that.
Yeah.
that
So
cord
we're just getting my
and
point
stuff.
across. If
Trash.
the mold
You
doesn't have a lid, probably should.
Yeah, if a mold don't have a lid, don't use the new. No. No.
Say that again, Lance, please.
You guys listening again, if your mold doesn't have a lid, I know we have plenty of those out there. We need
Yeah.
to get you a new mold.
Yes, don't use the Cadwell Plus without the lid.
So for now, just.
You really shouldn't use the blue tube without a lid. Because, this lid does present resistance. It's all going to go down due to gravity, but you will have some feedback, and there is a little bit of a safety issue there with feedback. The majority of it, 99%, is going to go that way, but that 1% could go through a boot.
So the days of duct seal are gone.
Well, that's what I'm going to show you. We do have the mold sealant, where if you have and it's not like if you've got to plug a hole, like you have one cable and you want to plug the hole up. We don't recommend that. But if you had a mold for a number 2 and you had a number 4, and there's a little bit of play in between the wire and the hole, you can use the mold sealant. You can use that to build a cone on there, and it will stop it, and you can make a correct weld. So you can use, yes, you can use this. It's mainly for cracks and making bigger the disc. Another safety thing I wanted to go over with you, if you're using the traditional blue tube, a lot of guys will ask me, they say, get out there and they don't have the disc. We actually sell these discs in packs of 20 that you can just throw on your truck, because a lot of people say, well, I use a dime. What's a dime made out of? Pewter. It's made out of pewter.
Made out of lies.
When pewter is lead. When that molten metal hits that lead, it's going to pop. Lead will always pop, and then you're also going to get the fumes from lead. So use a disc. But if you don't have a disc, find a piece of copper, a piece of flat copper to use. You can use that.
So for everybody here that's never seen this igniter, then is there an on switch, or does it shut itself off?
It shuts itself off. Yes, it's just a.
So
It's like a 5 to 6. You saw when I compressed it. It's like a 5 to 6 second safety factor.
that turns it on, and then
That does, and let's say these. That is a there for a safety reason. For Colin's holding it, and he's got the mold. And he has to change his mind. He doesn't like the way it looks, and I hit that. It doesn't go off in his hands. Yeah.
And is this cord replaceable?
Yes, it is. The cord's replaceable, and this is the 6-foot one. It comes in 15-foot or 20-foot.
How does it replace into the unit? Do you take it apart? Okay, good.
Looks like a voltmeter.
And we've set you up with it.
You can hit it with a hammer and it's working. I can see it.
Is it possible for that cord to be damaged though in the process of
And all
getting the
the-
post cover? So you guys should have extra cords.
Yeah, I mean, this is
I'll leave it.
fire resistant. I mean, you have to leave it. If a metal sprays on it, it won't burn. You would have to almost detonate it, so the shots will start. You can feel the cord.
Think melted.
It's a fire retardant.
Jeff, are you going to be buying
So
this
Melvin-
stuff? Who's buying this?
So,
You?
a good question that we had come up, so we use these, and we're out in the field, and we got this new system, and we run out of 65 for the day. So you are saying then with this system, we can grab these, our old 65 shots and utilize them. Just to put that to see, a lot of guys are worried about if you run out of these, this system then is it's
No, you can
obsolete.
use that.
So again, you run out of these and you're still floating around with some of these old school ones, you can still use that.
You need a big enough disc though.
Can combine the two together?
Well, you wouldn't do that because this is enclosed.
Well, I mean, would you, if you got if you have a 65 and you need a 90, you can't put
No,
partial at
because
the
you
bottom
can-
of the old and,
Because what you would have the one connection made, and all you do then is put the molten copper. So you wouldn't be adding to the connection.
If you're gonna do that, then you gotta use all power. at
All
one
the power
time.
at one time.
You know, it's two
Well, you-
65s and maybe a 90 out.
Yeah, we don't recommend that. One other thing is, if you're on a site,
guys, hey, listen up.
if I mentioned, that we are the Coca-Cola company, well, there are other manufacturers, and this just doesn't reference my product. If you're on a site, you're working, an electrical inspector shows up and you have a Cadwell mold, and you have thermal well mold, and the electrical inspector sees that, or vice versa, you have a thermal well mold and you have Cadwell well mold. That is not a UL approved electrical inspector approved connection. It has to be one total system. So you can't mix and match the two systems. If you're doing a connection, it either needs to be all Cadwell, we don't want to use that one. So, don't mix and match it, because if an electrical inspector shows up, sees that, he'll fail it right there and make you redo the connection.
So, when oil do they stuff me?
Pardon?
Oil and stuff. So when oil it up, you don't need to use one or the other. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You can't combine them. No, I mean, if you can do it, it'll make the connection. I'm not gonna lie to you. It will make the connection, but if the inspector sees it, he'll fail it. But the only way he can fail it is if he actually sees it happen. Because he's not gonna know, he's not gonna look at it.
Question, you don't have, you weren't smart enough or keep supply of these. All you have is them, and something happens to your unit. What kind of current
You can
is
cut it.
firing that off?
You can cut it open as long as you have a disc. I did this in the demo one we were sent out. It is the same thing inside that.
Yes.
That top will peel off.
Okay, then you can just light it
dump
with
that in
normal.
as long as
Is
you
there a
have a
primer
disc.
in the bottom? Where's the primer?
In the bottom.
Yeah.
So there is a fail-safe, you can fall back on that. If we've got a
Yes.
crew over in Williston, and overnight it was -20, and now our AA batteries have failed, they can peel the top, and they can use a sparker.
Yes.
Okay.
As long as the penny's in the bottom or a disc.
Yes. As long as you have something but the bottom. But what you could do is probably just peel the top off and use the bottom as the disc.
Yeah.
The bottom will stay as the disc. Because the bottom of this cup is aluminum, so that this disc here and the bottom of that cup are the same thing. And like I say, all it's there is just for a millisecond to slow, just to keep the copper going, the aluminum going through. If you do one without the tips, the pictures in here, if you forget to put the disc in, which I'm sure has possibly happened, if you get to put the weld itself will appear black, and what that is the aluminum, and that's how the inspector will fail it. He went on the eyesight. If you look at it, it'll be a black weld that will fail, because that is the aluminum has gone in with the copper.
Are there any other questions that anybody has about this system?
Is there a shelf life on the cups?
Nope.
You set it up one more time, just show me. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Just say that.
Yeah, just set up another one real quick.
What are you calling? Give me a couple.
If you guys were in the
You want me to do
back,
the weld or just set it up?
if you were in the back for the last demonstration, let's move to the front so everybody can see this.
The platters. And I need two number two.
Because I know we're around, it's wet a lot of the times. I think they plan on trying to
That's just soft water in my It's gonna pop.
Your name is Kyle.
Well, on the other sheet, my name's over here.
Kyle with a K.
Okay? Not a C?
Okay.